And then last night, obviously, video surfaces of you getting into it with somebody who was taking the narrative of a protest in which I think was very powerful and I think very a potential pivotal moment in American society, because it felt as if everybody was on George Floyd's side in this thing. Normally, that is not the case. Normally, there's some idiots that are like, well, let's see the whole video. Let's see this. This was one where I think all of America, especially coming out of this quarantine, was like, hey, we all are on this side. 2020 is the year we say no more of this. And then these rioters and agitators got involved and almost started sending the narrative in a different direction, and you got caught up with one. What was your weekend like before this, obviously? And then let's talk about what happened before this video aired and who the hell is the Respect His Privacy guy, because that guy's a legend as well.
Man, it's crazy because I was at home, man. I'm a big I opened up my gaming company. I'm a big gamer and stuff, and I was playing Call of Duty, and I'm so in the Call of Duty, you hear helicopters, you hear the gunshots and stuff like that. So one of my Jordan Clarkson, he lives down the street from me. He was like, yo, come outside. You see what's going on? Cut the news on. I'm like, what? I cut the news on, and I take the headphones off, and I hear 4 helicopters surrounding my house. So I don't really I didn't turn the news on yet that day, so I didn't really know what was going on. So I cut the news on, and this shit is going on at the corner of my house, like literally on the corner. So I get out, walk down, protest with some of the people. I hand out waters and take pictures and stuff. I got some dope ass footage, and it was just like it was so much love, and it seemed like so many people were unified at the time. And then you get to the scenes where you see people burning cars down, breaking in stores and shit, and it's just like, bro, like I'm not for this. Like this is not what it's about. This is not what it's for. Like more than anything, when people see this on TV, and when they see people turning stuff over, knocking, breaking shit, it's not going to give us a good light after this going forward. So it's not in my eyes, not helping the situation. Now, you want to peacefully protest, 100%, we can do that all day. But once you get to vandalizing people's personal property that has nothing to do with nothing, and 100%, honestly, I'm the only black guy on my block. I'm the only black person on this corner. So for you to randomly just thinking you're doing something for the people, that one black person who was able to get out the situation and move into a nice neighborhood and do all of those things that we aspire to do, you broke that person's window without even knowing. So it's like people are consistently doing stuff when you don't even know what you're doing it for or why you're doing it. You, out of all the people, 100%. Now, granted, if he would have seen me and seen somebody outside the car or outside the house or whatever, do I think he would have broke it? Absolutely not. It was just a random act of stupidness, and I give him that. But that ass whooping was a random act of stupidness on my behalf.
I don't think so, because I think the people that were exploiting this opportunity to take advantage of it to cause chaos, I think they were distracting away from a real movement that was happening in America. I said this earlier. Normally, whenever things like this happen, whether it's Ferguson or Baltimore or New York or Atlanta, and it happens too often, but normally when these things happen, it's regionalized, right? It's cities doing things. It's normally just one particular group of people talking. This particular time, because of the 8 minutes and 41 seconds, and because it became a national thing, and it became like
look at Hong Kong. They're marching to Hong Kong and it's going so like out of what we've normally seen in a positive way.
Yes.
So it's just complete vandalism. It's so many people in Minneapolis are doing really sit down, giving speeches, lectures, and trying to educate people on what is going on and try to figure out a solution, not vandalize people's property and add on to the chaos to where you give a person a reason to shoot you or do something harmful to you. This man was down there for 8 minutes and 46 seconds for no reason. Literally being taking the life from him, calling for his dead mother. And then we go out here and quote unquote trying to represent his name in a good way, and between tarnishing people's shops and so many people have nothing to do with the situation. I was walking down Melrose. There's so many people from the Middle East and all these people who are immigrants who fought their way over here, who struggled to get out of their situation to come and try to provide and make a better life that we all strive for, or supposedly striving for. And we go out there and vandalize these people properly, breaking windows, stealing their stuff, and all of I seen this guy. He put everything into his store. This man was 70-something years old. Fortunately he's got kids and grandkids and all that, but insurance and all that. Oh, insurance will take care of it. Insurance shouldn't have to take care of it.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. We should be able to lock arms and stand in front of somebody's store and be like, no, this is not right. This is what we're protesting against. Being able to do stuff like this is not right.
Well, and I think the good thing about it is, normally in the past, I think this type of thing where there's the looting and all that stuff and the windows getting broken that you're referring to, it happened in our city as well. Normally that would distract people from the message of what's happening. I think we're at a point though where people aren't getting distracted. And I'm saying that because when your video came out, normally, black guy, rich NBA guy, beats the hell out of a little white kid, right? Normally, the internet would be so excited to burn you down for this particular situation. Like J.R. Smith, idiot, makes a bad decision. Instead, the complete opposite happened. And that's why I have faith that America in 2020, somehow, some way, is stronger than the idiots. Because everybody saw what you did to them. White, old, young, Asian, Latino, Jewish, whatever. Everybody saw what you did to that person was like, damn right. Like that is somebody I think that everybody saw as an enemy. And I think that's why that video was so important. And your response, by the way, follow-up response was even better. I do have to talk about one thing though. Your kick. We need you to get, you know what I mean? I don't know if you can see over my championship belt here, but your hip, we need to get the hip in. We need to get the hip around on that thing a little bit.
Man, I was trying to go Bones Jones or Anderson Silva or something, but it wasn't.
So sorry to interrupt. If you're a man watching this, you deserve to have long, great. And you can do that now with our friends at Roman. Right now, you go to GetRoman.com, you get $10 off and free 2-day shipping on Roman swipes, which are guaranteed to make you have longer, more fulfilling every time you get in the sack. Now let's get back to the fornicating action.
And you know what's sad? Because like after the first two kicks, I really got in. It really, like in the third one, you could kind of see it wasn't that much emphasis on it because at that point when it happened, I seen red, and then when I finally snapped to and what was going on, I'm still like disappointed with myself, even though people say I shouldn't be. But it's just like, for me, I'm 34 years old. I have 4 little girls at home. You know, I don't want that image of regardless of the fact whether it was right or wrong. I don't want them to have that image of their dad being capable of doing that and doing something like that. Now, if something harms them or something like that, I want them to know that 100% my dad is going to protect me in all facets and everything. But I just never want my kids and
JR, I have to stop you there because your 4 daughters, right? You're fighting for their future. Technically.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? And that person that is vandalizing your window and vandalizing property is taking away from the message that is potentially helping your daughters in the future that we all want to see happen. So I don't think you should feel bad. Granted, it's not a good look, right? That's going to be something in 10 years where you might feel bad about. But I'll tell you what, in this particular room, we are going to look at that in 10 years and go, hey, you remember when J.R. Smith beat the hell out of that little anarchist punk?